Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Chlo Grow. Now last week which was the first edition, it was sent out on a Wednesday, and this week it's out on a Friday. But going forward, the plan's going to be that we're going to release these on a Thursday. The plan was going to do it yesterday, but it was not really in the right mind frame to do it. So this is obviously a second edition. So what we're going to talk about today, as I said, we're talking about my progress. So I think one of the things I should mention is, first of all, that there's been a bit of a change in the set design. So you can see there's a big C there. So I made that. So it was a MDF C and painted it, and it's got like daisy things on it. So sort of relates to the thing about growing. See, you see the link there? See what I did there? So as I say, this is really about my progress and about things that have sort of gone on last week. So since I last recorded, I'm a year older. So one of the things you notice in the background is there is cards, birthday cards. So I've got some really nice birthday cards. So I've got girlfriend cards, I've got sister card, although it's not up there, it's over there, but you can see, you can't really see it there, and niece and daughter and all sorts. So I'm very lucky on that. You notice actually over by where that owl is, I'll tell you a story about the owl, because the owl was given to me as a child. Actually, it was from my great nan. So that owl is probably as old as what I am, so it's still about 20 years old, because I'm in my mid-20s, obviously, ish, yeah, 20s, 40s, whatever. And next to it, there's a box there for Chloe perfume, because my sister got me Chloe perfume, so that was very sweet, because I know how expensive that stuff is. And I've got flowers in the background as well today, so so that came from my dad. So as I say, this been a busy week. There's been lots of sort of bits that I've been doing. A number of things about changing some more documentation over. So one of the things that I've been busy doing is changing my documents for work, because I have a couple of work qualifications that I have. So one of those I have changed this week. It's cost quite a bit of money to change it, but I've changed it. So hopefully that should be arriving over the next sort of week or so. I had to produce a whole lots of information, because I had to, well, I didn't have to do this, but it was going to cost me money to go and get my name changed on it. So I thought, well, actually I might as well upgrade my qualification while I'm at it, because then, you know, I'll get an upgraded one. I get new letters after my name, and, you know, if I'm going to have paid to get a new certificate, I might as well have one that's a better, higher grade within that. So I've done that, but I had to provide a lot of evidence to do that. Things are still ongoing in terms of my other certificates, so to do with like GCSEs and A levels, because I probably will do a video at some point about that, because I think that's probably worth knowing about what the kind of things you need to do on it, because it will vary slightly on by the different exam boards. So for me, the exam boards that I've sort of dealt with is AQA, OCR and Pearson. So and the sort of experiences and how you go about it is different for those. So I can't answer about other ones, but yeah, maybe I'll do a video about that at some point as well. Obviously, I think that I sort of touched on last time was to do about the fact I haven't done any sort of medical transition. So I've been in the sort of process of trying to change that, and what I will do for next week's one is just to give you a bit of an insight into how that's working out for me so far. So as I say, as of today, which is the I say is when we've recorded this, nothing's changed on that front, but you know, hopefully there'll be news on that front for the next video. So I'm going to talk through about how that is, but I think actually for something like that, it's probably quite an important one, so I want to sort of cover that in a little bit more detail, really. So really, I don't think there's necessarily, is there much else that's sort of gone on? Not really. As I say, obviously we've been doing some upgrades to the set, so you'll probably see there'll be different things on the shelves from week to week, because I won't have birthday cards up every week. What I'd say with the birthday cards is I do have a sort of pink folder thing, if I find it. So I do have like a pink folder to keep those in. I think it's important, especially as obviously it's my first birthday really as being as a Chloe, so it's important that I do go and keep those. What I try to do with those actually is obviously in terms of getting your name changed, one of the sort of big things to try and get changed will be my birth certificate. Now I can't get that changed yet. I'll probably talk about the birth certificate in a little bit more detail in a future one perhaps. So I can't change it yet, but one of the things that you need to do for that is you need to have a diagnosis, you need to have like medical reports and stuff, but you also need to provide evidence that you're actually living as that person. So one of the things I do, as I say, is I keep it in the pink folder, anything like that. This is like just for cards. I've got another pink folder which has got all my documentation on, so every time I've changed something over, it goes in a pink folder. I actually have a blue folder and a pink folder, so anything that's in my old name is in the blue folder, and then once it gets changed over, I quite ceremoniously go and put the new paperwork in the pink folder, and then obviously destroy any old paperwork. Can't get rid of all of it because there's some stuff in there which, you know, you obviously with the birth certificate it's going to take a long time to change that, but you know, some stuff is like historical paperwork that I'll probably always say my old name on, so it'll always be in the blue folder, so I can just ignore it. But what I try and do with like the cards and stuff and any sort of paperwork, as I say, I'll keep it in one of these folders, but I'll also scan it as well, so I've got a digital copy of it, because I think probably when I do their birth certificate they might want a digital copy, so I've got both, and it just helps to keep me organised. It's quite a nice thing to do in a way, because I can actually it's quite a nice task, you know, it's quite nice to see something with your new name on it. You know, when a bit of paperwork comes in, or certainly with like documents like, you know, passports and stuff like that, it's really nice to see it in your new name, in the correct name I should probably say. But it also helps be organised, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do all this while I obviously work full time. I'm doing a degree in computing as well with the Open University, so I have lots of stuff that I'm doing, and probably I will cover some more of that in future videos, but there's lots of stuff that I do, so keeping organised is quite key, but it helps me because at least I know it's something that I'm working towards. So as I say, I've probably prattled on long enough for this video today. Next week, as I say, I'll talk a little bit more about some of the medical side of things, but thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us yet again. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. As I say, we will try and put these out on a Thursday going forward. It might not always be a Thursday, for, you know, and sometimes I just can't get to record it on a Thursday, but Thursday usually works out pretty well for me, so I'll try and record this on a Thursday and get these up onto here. Next week, I'll say we'll talk a little bit more about the sort of medical side of things so far, but thanks for watching, and hope you all have a great weekend. Bye bye.